A utopia predicated on freedom, justice, and truth ensures that every individual has the autonomy to pursue their aspirations without oppression, fostering a society where innovation and personal growth can thrive. Justice serves as the foundation for equitable treatment, guaranteeing that resources and opportunities are distributed fairly, and that all voices are heard and valued. Emphasizing truth promotes transparency and accountability, which are critical for building trust and cooperation among citizens, ensuring that the society's ideals and governance are sustainably maintained. Unfortunately, with the permission to exercise free will comes the possibility of crime. Therefore, in a utopian society, where the principles of justice, truth, and freedom are paramount, prisons are still necessary, but the traditional concept of incarceration must be radically redefined. We must envision a justice system that embodies the ideals of a utopian civilization, one that transcends today's punitive paradigms, and fosters an environment conducive to the holistic development of both inmates and society at large. I began researching prison designs throughout history to see what design principles were the most effective in maintaining lower offense rates as well as the safety of society. What I've found is that over time the incarceration of inmates was mechanized, and detention facilities turned into what was essentially a warehouse where rejects of society were sent to rot away. The modern American cold, hard, and barred prison design that is common throughout our country is completely absent of concern for their inmates. The construction lacks any natural light and ventilation, and is centered around the design objective of containment, rather than the inmate-centered, open design proposals of some successful European prisons in operation today. The main argument for why control without dehumanization would be financially impossible in the States is simple: overcrowding. Now, American prisons are overcrowded for a couple of reasons. Non-violent offenders are often jailed for things such as misusing Obamacare, and the length of sentencing is almost always unjustly long. Besides this, there is little to no care for inmates with social and cognitive issues within the prison system, leading to high reoffense rates. This seems like foolish planning, especially in the long term, until you realize how much money is flowing through the economy of incarceration in the U.S. On top of this, charging, arresting, and sentencing people for crimes can be used as a political tactic to influence voters. This is especially despicable in nature because such campaigns are usually sudden and last short periods of time, while leaving people incarcerated for decades. This made me imagine a utopia that would do away with prisons altogether, but that is simply unfeasible due to violent offenders such as murderers or rapists, so I investigated some less conventional precedents for dealing with perpetrators of nonviolent crimes. That's when I stumbled on the Liberty of Savoy, an area in England historically associated with the Savoy Palace. In the 18th century, a legal privilege known as the Liberty of the Savoy was implemented, making it so debtors to the royal crown could seek refuge in this area and avoid imprisonment. This privilege was part of a broader system where debtors could find sanctuary in certain locations to escape the harsh conditions of debtors' prisons prevalent in England during that time. The historical concept of the Liberty of Savoy, providing a haven for debtors, prompted me to reimagine urban spaces for humane incarceration.